Hello. How are you doing? Welcome to the F1 2025 Chinese Sprint qualifying. And we're about to get underway in the next 30 minutes. So I thought I'd come on and then let's talk about what we have seen in free practice one and what do we think will go on for the sprint qualifying. If you are new here, please subscribe, like this stream so that it can reach to many other people. Don't be afraid to comment. I'll be here answering your comment, and we'll be here watching the 2025 F1 Sprint qualifying. Clearly, the McLaren looking like they have the edge. Ferrari looks like they have gotten their act together. Red Bull, we are still not sure where they lie. And Mercedes looking quick in the medium compound, but lost the pace in the soft tire run. All right, so just giving you a brief run through of what happened during FP1. So in FP1, we just had they went out on the medium for most of the time. Most of them did setup changes and did quali simulations. I don't think everyone did a race run, though we did see the Red Bull was able to do a race run, and also I think the Mercedes also was able to do a race run. So it was pretty eventful. It was pretty tight. It was pretty action-packed until we saw Duhan go off with an issue with the car. The steering locked and he couldn't turn the car. And so he had to stop the car and get out of the car. This was with 15 minutes to go. With 15 minutes to go, Duhan brings out a red flag. I was pretty sure the session was over at that point, but the FIA was able to resume the session with 8 minutes to go, and that's when we had the soft tire runs. And in the soft tire runs, we ended up seeing the true pace of the McLaren. At that point, we had not seen the true pace of the McLaren. Russell on the medium was looking very, very quick. He was half a tenth up on anyone else on the field, mainly the Ferraris. But when we went out for the soft tires, that's when we saw the true pace, and this is how the FP1 ended, with Lando on top and followed by Charles Leclerc. Then we have Lando's teammate Oscar Piastri P3, Lewis Hamilton P4, George Russell P5, Nico Hülkenberg surprisingly P6. With George Russell's time, mind you, by the way, was done on a medium. So Nico Hülkenberg finding himself in P6 with Alex Albon in P7, Fernando Alonso in P8. Kimi Antonelli also did his time in the medium in P9, P10 Yuki Tsunoda, P11 Oliver Behrman, Lance Stroll P12, Esteban Ocon P13, Pierre Gasly P14, and Carlos Sainz in the other Williams not having as much luck in P15. Max Verstappen, who aborted a quick lap that he was on. He aborted, so I don't know whether that was to hide the pace or he did a mistake, but most likely he's trying to hide the pace so that the competition cannot know where that Red Bull pace is. P17 we have Isaac Hadjar, and P18 Liam Lawson, P19 Gabriel Bertoletto, and P20 Jack Doohan. So Verstappen really focused on the race pace, because I think he feels maybe the qualifying pace might not be there, so he's working on that race pace to be able to have a car that will be competitive for the race. So I think George Russell in the Mercedes completed the most laps in FP1. also joined with Carlos Sainz in FP1 with 26 laps. So it was largely not a lot of incidents happened. We did have drivers going wide with, for example, Lewis Hamilton having to save a moment. He was drifting wide, but he was able to save it. A lot of people going off in turn one, where we had low grip off the racing line. So that would be something to watch out. Off the racing line, there's no grip. Remember, this is a new surface that has been resurfaced. So we are expecting the track evolution to be high for this qualifying. So the later you go, the better your pace will be. And also, we did see a lot of graining on the front left tires. So especially on those mediums, the front left was really graining and the pace was falling off. So that will be something to watch out and something to take in to account with the strategy. And remember also, the C2 tire, which is supposed to be the hard tire, is softer this year. It's more close to the medium, and so it's gonna be an interesting race. I don't think anyone is gonna risk for the one stopper, maybe a two stopper or a three stopper if possible. Last year we did see a three stopper, so maybe this year we might see more of three stoppers, but I don't see people doing a one stop. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see when that time comes. So interestingly, Kimi Antonelli was looking very fast. His pace is looking closer to George Russell, although in the timing sheet it doesn't show because he finished P. Let me find him. He finished P9 and Russell finished P5, but those times, I think those times were set on the mediums, and now the Mercedes looking very confusing, and this is the same thing that happened in Melbourne, where they were looking quicker on the hards than the soft. So in this race in China, they are looking quicker on the soft, on the medium rather than the soft. So if you're joining us, please like the stream. Consider subscribing. Welcome to our family. My name is Collins. I'm doing this from Kenya. I'm streaming. Where are you watching me from? Are you a fan of Formula One? And who is your driver? And who is your team for the Shanghai Chinese Grand Prix? The McLarens are looking to have the pace. They are around half a tenth clear. We have not seen the true pace of the Mercedes yet, so maybe the Mercedes will be there or thereabouts to the Ferraris. Let's see if the Ferraris can take that pace from FP1 and translate it to sprint quali, because as we saw in Australia, they were looking very, very strong in the practice sessions, and they are looking very strong in this practice session as well, but they fell off when it came to the qualifying and the race. Hamilton is about a tenth off. The first runs that they did, I don't think Hamilton did a second run on that soft, but the first runs that they did on the soft, Hamilton was right there with Leclerc. He was about a tenth off. So that gap, we can see it's clearly coming down between Hamilton and Leclerc. If you remember in the previous seasons, Hamilton and Russell were pretty close. They were separated by 0.03. That used to be the common gap, 0.03 going down. But of course, as last season went on, that gap widened. And as we can see, the margins are very close, as Lewis Hamilton is within a tenth of Charles Leclerc on his second Grand Prix with Ferrari. So that's interesting to watch. Maybe Lewis will have something to say for this Chinese Grand Prix. Considering also Lewis is the driver that has won this Grand Prix more than anybody. And we also saw the times tumbling very fast. We were doing a 1:31.5. That's what Norris set, and that is a pretty fast pace, considering it was just practice. So when the engine modes go up, when the fuel goes down, and when the soft gets on those cars, that pace will be quick. So we are expecting that pace to be very, very rapid. And I will be here, and we will be here watching. So if you watch FP1, what was your takeaway? Do you think Max has anything in the tank? I did feel there was a bit of sandbagging. Who do you think will take the first sprint pole of the year? Definitely don't count off Piastri. He's usually very, very strong when it comes to these sprints. Remember, Piastri is hoping to have a bounce back, to have a comeback of Melbourne. It didn't go so well for him. So it didn't go so well for Oscar Piastri during the... It didn't go so well for Oscar during the Formula One Australian Grand Prix, which was his home Grand Prix. And if you're joining, please consider to please like the stream, so that it can reach many people who can join us on the stream. Please leave a comment. I'll be here checking on your comments and responding to your comments as the stream goes on. All right. So I'm gonna jump on to F1 TV. Well, that's where I'm watching it from, and see what we have. So we are 17 minutes away from the start of the sprint qualifying. So I'm sure the drivers are ready to go. Right. So maybe I can go through some of the performances. As I've said, Lando Norris, they were looking pretty quiet during FP1, but of course at the end of FP1 they showed their hand. The Ferraris of Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton were looking very good, back on pace. Clearly they have like 5/10 deficit to Ferrari. The Mercedes were looking quick on that medium, so I don't know whether they are confused by that or they know what they're doing, because the same thing, like I've said, happened in Australia, where they were quicker on the hards than the softs, and this in this Grand Prix it looks like they are quicker on the mediums than the softs, but we'll see if that changes. A surprise to see Nico in the top 10. Nico Hülkenberg with that kick Sauber. As we remember, kick was very, very horrible last year, but this year it seems like they've gotten their act together. They look like the Haas. It's as if Nico went it's as if Nico is thinking this is the Haas, because he's putting that kick in places it shouldn't be. But this is, if you know Nico, this is Nico doing Nico things. So he went very, very well. The kick had a quiet morning. Nothing really to speak about there. Also, the Williams were very, very quiet. We didn't see much from them. Just going on, doing on their own things. As you can see, Alex Albon is faring on. We really thought Sainz would be on pace very, very quickly, but it seems like he's struggling a bit as time goes on. But he was looking very good in testing. Also, at the beginning of the beginning of the practice in Australia, he looked very good. But as the stereo stuff came on, the qualifying and the race, he fell off. So we are yet to see the true pace of Carlos, and of course he made a mistake in the race that cost him. From the Astons, I don't think we saw a lot. Clearly, they're still struggling for pace. I didn't see them much, to be honest. So, not much going on with Aston. Yuki still doing Yuki things. Also for the Haas, we didn't. They'll be looking to have a bounce back. I can see clearly here, Esther Oliver Behrman outpaced Esteban Ocon in that session. But of course, we'll see as we get into sprint qualifying whether that is true pace or Esteban Ocon didn't show his hand. The Alpine is a surprise. As we know, as I have told you, Jack Doohan had a problem. He brought out the red flag that Alpine had having to go off. There was a steering lock problem and he had to jump out of the car. So I'm sure the Alpine will be scratching their heads after showing a very, very, very nice pace last year at the end of the year. Remember that Alpine, when it started in 2024, it was really, really heavy. It was really, really at the back of the field, looking like something similar is going on. Though in Australia, Gasly had an opportunity. He was on to Q3. Doohan also performed really, really well. And if you remember, were it not for the Hamilton yellow flag, Doohan might have had a chance also to go to Q3. So the Alpine, thereabouts, but in China they look like they have some pace to find. As we've said with Max Verstappen, he was really, really focused on the long runs. Didn't really do a lot of quali laps. There was a lap that he was doing and he was improving. He was putting in green sectors, but it seems like he wanted. It's either he was sandbagging or he made he made an error during the lap. As we saw earlier with the. I'm looking for, as we are 12 minutes away to the start of qualifying. I want to get the outlay of the. I want to get the outlay of the circuit, so that we can understand a few things about this Chinese Grand Prix. So there are 16 turns for this Grand Prix. Let me just find it. Okay, let me just launch the timings over here as we get underway.
So we saw Norris wide in the McLaren, we saw Hamilton long down in the hairpin towards the end of the lap, and various drivers just finding the limits as they turned into what was a headwind in FP1. Standouts for me, McLaren looking quick, I agree. Hulkenberg up in the top six, very impressive. Ferrari looking back in the action in terms of pace, at least from FP1.
Okay, so there are 16 turns in this Shanghai International Circuit, with a 315 run from pole to the first turn, with a very, very short sector 1, sector 2 having a lot of high speed corners, and sector 3 having a lot of straights. So it's a trade-off between we have a bit of medium speed, high speed, and very, very few low speeds, as we have turn 14 here and also turn 11, I believe. So it's a very, very very taxing track, and also because we have an angle of elevation to turn 1, and the first point of worry is that turn one where we had drivers going offline, not a lot of grip offline, so they had to go wide to they they ended up going wide to the gravel, as we saw in FP1. Albon trying to overtake Oliver Behrman, just sweeping around in around the first corner, but having to go wide because there's not much grip in that first turn. So that's the first place where we have to watch on. Another place I saw we had to watch on is that turn 14. That turn 14 is very tricky because you come from a high speed and to low speed very very quickly. And also let's watch out for track limits in turn 16 as drivers go wash out wide. You need to hug the white line, but not so much that you go wide. So that's another area. Also, another area to watch on is those front lefts. Because of so many right hand turns, the front left is taking a punishing. So even the softs might not be able to hang on for a full lap. But though we did see 2 laps on the softs in P1, so it might be possible to do at least 2 laps on the softs, but those tires will be falling off very quickly. If you're joining us, please like the live and welcome to the 2025 F1 Chinese Sprint. As we see Zhou, of course we are in China, and Zhou is a Chinese driver. He's the reserve driver for Ferrari this season. As Liam Lawson gets into the car.
These are shorter qualifying sessions, SQ1, 2, and 3, both truncated. What does that mean?
Of course, these qualifying sessions are going to be short, around 8 minutes. So, but it's possible for you to get in 2 laps, if it's possible, just 2 laps each queue. Of course, the rookies are going to have a hard time because this is their first time in China. Apart from Duhan, who has raced here before, all the other rookies, this is their first time. So it's really, really, really taxing. It's really, really challenging for these rookies to just get in the car.
Christian Max obviously didn't get his lap in FP1, so we didn't really get a chance to see how good the car is. Can you tell me a little bit about where you think it's stacking up?
Well, look, I think it's not as bad as the result sheet says, but the McLarens, I would say, look odds-on favourite for the pole there. They look very strong this morning, so hopefully we can improve the car a bit. And
Horner saying the McLaren are
in the race could be interesting from a
above the rest, which I agree.
strategically. So still a long way to go.
I mean, generally speaking, I know we've only got a small sample, but how worried are you about the pace that McLaren have shown so far already?
They've definitely been quick, but I mean we saw our pace here last year and how quickly that can turn around. So Max smashed both the sprint race and the Grand Prix by massive margins last year. But by the time we got to Miami, things had already turned. So things can change quickly in this sport, as we well know.
Horner saying things can change quickly. He'd hope so. There's a very very angle, a very very steep. Should I say steep angle of elevation through turn 1?
In terms of FP1 earlier on, what's that data showing?
Well, I think everyone is saying in this paddock that McLaren are odds-on favourites. They look like a step ahead of everyone else. It feels like both Lando and Oscar got a bit more in the tank. I think when they've needed to push, they are able to push. I think behind them it's close. Like Alex said earlier, Ferrari look much better around here. It looks like Australia maybe was a bit more of a blip, and then it's going to be close between them, Mercedes, and Red Bull for those next positions. And nothing to choose between the midfield behind.
Yeah, that midfield, Alex. What are you thinking there? We saw Williams and Racing Bulls with a step on last weekend. Will that continue?
So the Williams and the Racing Bulls also looking very very nice.
10th back to sort of the late teens that are covered in another 8/10 of a second. So it is really close. Haas look be back in Melbourne.
If you're joining the stream, please consider like the stream. We are watching sprint qualifying. We are about to get underway.
Find that pit portion
We have around 5 minutes.
so open.
The drivers are in the cars. We're waiting for SQ1 to begin.
We'll get 8 drivers. There are 8 drivers through.
Yeah,
Who's your prediction for sprint pole? Do you think anyone can beat the McLarens? Because I think Piastri will have it in the bag. Maybe Lando might challenge, but I'm sure Piastri might will want to come back. So I think the sprint pole will have Oscar Piastri. That's my prediction.
Quite the protagonist in
What's your prediction for sprint pole
of his career.
this afternoon?
Okay, predictions then, please. What we may see here. Q3 predictions, prize Q3 prediction, and then your sprint poll, please.
I think Yuki's going to get into Q3. Really struggled around here, but he seems so much more generally better, maybe a little bit better than we thought they were going to be. And I think Hulk's going to probably make an appearance as well. See what he can do.
Top 3, maybe let's say Piastri, Lando, Leclerc.
And Lando is nailed on for pole for me.
It seems it's going to be a Lando Norris poll, but Formula One rarely follows the script.
All right.
They like to make us look a little bit silly with our predictions, but odds-on favourite for pole is Lando Norris.
Favorites, of course, have to be the McLaren. It's very, very hard to go against the McLaren. Please leave a comment on the live. I'd really like to know where you're watching us from. Are you a fan of Formula One, or are you a fan of me? Do you like watching the sport? What do you love about Formula One? And who is your team and who is your driver? My team is Ferrari because, of course, Lewis Hamilton, my driver. So we get the opening credits for the sprint qualifying. As I prepare.
Hello and welcome back to Formula One in 2020.
We are underway.
It's time for sprint qualifying.
We are in the second round of the
Our first sprint week
2025
minutes ahead to set the grid. The opening
season.
sprint of the year.
This is the first sprint of the year. The sprint will be 19 laps, 100 kilometers. The track is 5.4 kilometers with a 7.30 meters of elevation.
Flat track, only 7 meters of elevation. How about that testing? Turn number 1 as we take you through to live pictures of Shanghai International Circuit, and it is an extremely challenging track for the drivers. In the commentary box, I'm Alex Jakes, joined once again for this frantic, frenetic session by Jolyon Palmer. JP,
It is 24 degrees, track temp 38 degrees, high humidity 14%, not very high. Wind between 9 and is 9.7 kilometers. That's a lot of wind. So wind might also be a factor. And of course, watch out for track limits, especially that turn 16, and also the first turn. We have drivers going off in turn 1, and of course track limits in turn 16.
So we're looking down the pit lane for reference. Earlier on, Lando Norris fastest and by a margin as well. With a late push lap.
Oh, as we see Leclerc's girlfriend
5:04. Notable, Jolyon.
watching on from.
It was compared to last year. New tarmac laid for this season. There was new tarmac for last year. But
So there is new tarmac laid.
And it's really grippy as well. So it's
So there's going to be a lot of degradation happening.
lean on the tyres. They can attack
It's gonna be very, very fast. It's gonna be aggressive. It's gonna be fun.
well to give the tyres a bit of a reprieve before a final.
What can Alex Albon do? Will he be able to outqualify Oh, they're going off on mediums. Okay, for the first laps. Oh, you have to go on mediums for SQ1. I'm not very sure about that, but it seems they have the mediums for SQ1. I was saying, will Sainz be able to out-qualify Albon, or will Albon? Ooh, look at that yellow wall.
And then the middle sector's the high-speed sweepers. So very unique circuit. The drivers have had 1 hour to go and fill it out, and now we're into qualifying.
6 full-season rookies in the field. Drivers that have had 1 hour around this circuit. Jack Doohan didn't even have the full session. Had a mechanical issue, robbed him in the final 12 minutes of the only practice session he has this weekend.
Yeah, we spent a lot of Melbourne talking about rookies and how difficult it was, particularly once the rain came on Sunday. It's no easier.
Okay.
Because just 1 hour of practice, they didn't know the track very well. And now we're into sprint qualifying. You can see the level that everyone is
So,
comparing this. Lewis Hamilton now just the blanket
Lewis Hamilton gets out.
in this part of the qualifying. But everyone is, for the most part, queuing up. Even Hamilton there released later. He's got to queue up now because they're desperate to get on track as soon as possible to start getting some times on the board.
It is SQ1.
SQ1, 11 minutes on the board. Let's get underway.
Down. It's 10 minutes for SQ2, and it is 8 minutes for our top 10 shooters for a second.
10 minutes for SQ2, 8 minutes for SQ3.
Aston Martin, he raced for McLaren in Formula 1. He's a Formula E champion, and he's watching on at Aston Martin, playing his part in the team. They do have a couple of sim development drivers back at base, and he will run for the team.
All right, all drivers on out laps. The Mercedes go fast. Remember, the Mercedes were looking very, very quick on that yellow wall, on that medium tire. Let's see if that continues here. As they're looking confident, they're looking hooked up. Antonelli goes ahead of George Russell.
George Russell setting his best time in practice earlier on the medium tyre. And Kimi Antonelli, let's see if he can go as well in the dry as he did in the wet on Dev.
George.
Get out onto the circuit as soon as possible. I can tell you the McLarens are still in the pit lane, still trying to get out.
The McLarens are still in the pits. That's confidence.
Few other cars. So
Okay, DRS open.
fly into to a first push lap. He's going to be greeted. There you go. By all of those cars still.
Oh, George Russell getting onto traffic. No, Antonelli getting onto traffic. Ooh, that will not be ideal.
On medium tyres as mandated by the rules. Medium for SQ1 and SQ2.
So the mediums will be on for SQ1 and SQ2. That would not have been ideal for Antonelli.
We saw in pre-season testing, different circuit in Bahrain, the C3 and the C4.
That would not have been ideal.
Between the two of them. So I'm not expecting this to be a massive struggle, but there is just a nuance in balance.
If you're joining the stream, please consider liking, consider subscribing, become a member, a team player.
First sector for both Mercedes, so they're bringing these tyres in. Verstappen on a first push, sliding through the first sector.
Verstappen on a push lap, so I think the Mercedes aborted their push laps. I guess maybe because of all that traffic. Ooh, Verstappen goes purple.
For Max, he's fighting it. You can see
Very, very good first sector.
slightly braking traction fractionally coming out of turn 6. And now this will be an angle. Flashing through turn 7.
I'm looking at that front left.
There for turn 8. Bring
Ooh,
it
a
to
lot of
now you've got a double left apex. That's the first.
left turns.
The second as well. Just an acceleration zone on this short
A
run
lot of left turns. So
towards turn 11.
that front left is gonna be
This one.
cooked.
Cannot use all the road coming through the exit of turn 11. You've got to hover to the mid because this is a massive run sweeping through another long right-hander that will put a lot of pain to the left front.
Okay, Verstappen puts on the first lap as he goes on to turn 14.
Stamp on the left pedal, the brake, slow the car down.
Turn 14. Hamilton starts a flyer
Really
on the medium.
through the penultimate there, and then the medium speed left-hander, and there's the gravel right on the exit.
Verstappen 132.3. So The lap is a bit still a lot of time to find. Because by the end of FP1 we were doing 131.5, so the track evolution should come. Now the Mercedes put on their laps times. Oh, Lewis is there. Lewis is there and thereabouts, close to Verstappen. Let's see what he'll do on this third sector, as Antonelli is 4/10 off. Oh, Hamilton's looking quick. Let's see what this final sector will look like. But remember, this final sector is very, very... Okay, Hamilton, where does he put the car? Goes quickest. What? A 10th quicker. Lewis Hamilton, welcome to Ferrari. Antonelli goes third, 4/10 off. Let's see what Leclerc can do. Leclerc goes second. Oh, separated by absolutely nothing. 1/100th of a second. Now we have the McLarens. Let them put on their times. These are going to be very, very, very fast laps. But Hamilton putting that, looking good. Hamilton's looking good. I'm excited. Get excited. Okay, let's see what the McLarens can do. Oh, they're very, very close. Norris goes third. No, Piastri. Ooh, what a lap. What a lap from Piastri. Half a second. Oh, my. Piastri, half a 10th. I was getting there. Oh, Alonso. Okay, so we are having some track evolution clearly, because track evolution is gonna be a very, very, very huge factor. I was very excited Hamilton was gonna be safe, but it seems you are gonna have to do another lap on this one, because no one is safe. Oh, Russell putting on a lap.
Yeah, what a lap from Alonso. He is the fastest man in the first sector in that Aston Martin. So there is pace in that. Decent job from Lawson early on in this as well to get up into the top 10 and 4/10 away from Verstappen. Very encouraging.
Let's see whether it's track evolution or it's just Alonso putting on a good lap, because that lap was mighty by Alonso. Piastri is already into the 131, so these laps are gonna come down very, very fast. Russell goes 6th. So there's a lot of pace in that Aston. Looking good. The Ferraris are into the pits. They'll be wondering. But they look good. Hamilton in third, separated by nothing to Leclerc.
Another set of medium tyres if they want. Look how close the times are behind pretty much Piastri. Piastri's on the field by 4/10. Alonso's had an absolute belter to be up in second. And then everyone else split by fine margins.
The times are so close.
Russell was on the way, turn 40.
Understood.
Might have been Yuki, but I'm not sure it
Oh,
explains the 4/10 of a second between Hadjar and Sonoda. One racing ball in the drop zone, one racing ball in 11th at the moment.
3 minutes to go.
Julian said, we've picked three.
Everybody is gonna come out.
Incident between Stroll and Behrman has been noted for turn 14. That's
Stroll is down in 14th, while his teammate is up in second. What? That was a mighty lap by Alonso.
by Sonoda and this man, along with Oliver Behrman, Gabriel Bortoleto and Esteban Ocon.
Sainz on an outlet then in the Williams. Williams have been so impressive through testing, through the
Hamilton, come on, we can do this.
had his crash under the safety car to undo some of their good work and potential, but we saw it in the hands of
after the first runs. But that's what happens if you just don't hook up the lap straight away in sprint quali. You're left in the lurch. There's a bit of pressure now on Carlos' shoulders, who will have to go and find a good chunk on one lap remaining for him.
Still getting used to life at Williams, the driver who moved there from Ferrari, the driver who just seemed to have a feel around Albert Park from the get-go in FP1 to start the season. Now trying to get his own part of the racetrack so he can attack without being...
2 minutes to go.
doing is the driver
The Ferraris go out on everybody's on out laps. You want to be the last driver on the line.
He's got his teammate behind in the backup shot there. Gasly's going as well. Gasly's not made a good job of the first sector. So, Doohan and Gasly, that's Gasly in, and then Doohan behind.
The Alpines are looking to be in trouble.
Gasly maybe had to go round a car as well as he came through the final sector, final corner.
Please like the live. Leave a comment. Let's chat. Who do you think will take the SQ1? Will take the sprint pole. Doohan goes to 8, Gasly to 9. You have to put on a lap. The track is improving. No one is safe.
Down in 17th, Tsunoda's down in 16th. He was a star in qualifying last time. Those two have got a lot of work to do to try and dig out a decent lap, and that'll put the pressure on some of those ahead now. 8th,
Piastri is in the pits. He's through. He doesn't need to go again. Everyone else is out. Verstappen is down in 7th. Might we see some drama?
qualifying the cars. The opening sprint race of the year. 19 laps tomorrow. Personal bests out there for so many under pressure.
both Williams are going well. I tell you, someone that's not having a great lap right now is Liam Lawson, who's down in 12th in the Red Bull. So Lawson's got to find something.
Sainz looking quick.
Lawson, who went out in Q1 in Australia. This is SQ1 in Shanghai. And there are personal bests through the first sector for Hadjar, for Albon, for Stroll, for Tsunoda, for Sainz, and for Gabriel.
Let's see.
The Haas is yet to push on. Behrman's in the first sector. Ocon is on an outlook. He's going to be left over.
We are almost.
Proves to PM.
Lawson down to 13. And
Times are coming in. Norris goes quickest by 3/10. That McLaren is. Oh la la. Antonelli goes third, 6/10 off.
Pressure lap time this for Carlos Sainz.
Sainz goes 9th.
Goes ahead of his teammate and finds his way into the next part of the session.
Haja goes to 5th.
goes further back as well. Lawson now 15th. And he
No one is safe.
the flying lap.
Stroll.
Fifth for Hadjar.
Stroll goes to 9th.
But ninth for Lance Stroll. Yuki Tsunoda is in the drop zone. Gabriel Bortoleto is pushing on.
Sonoda 9th.
He's up to ninth position. Gabriel Bortoleto made
Bortoleto 15th.
Q2.
14th.
At the moment is possible because he's got to 14th.
So Lawson is gone.
Let's see what Behrman can do.
Faster continues for Liam Lawson. The two Haas cars started their laps very late. And we ride on Ollie Behrman.
Leclerc goes to 2nd at 10th. So there is space in that Ferrari.
And final car to make it through. Gasly is done. He's
Verstappen goes to 4th.
improving as well. They're all pushing on personal bests. And they need it. One Haas over the line.
Behrman goes to 9th.
Position. What a lap.
That's very good from Behrman. Good lap.
Drops Jack to it.
Oh, Russell isn't. Hamilton goes quickest, 2/10.
Bring a cheer from the crowd.
Whoa, that's exciting. That's bloody exciting.
Stands, but it's his teammate who's going to have the first crack in trying to pass him. One corner to go for Hulkenberg.
Bortoleto on the bubble. Let's
Russell only 6th. That
whether he can out-qualify.
Ferrari versus McLaren for pole. That's gonna be exciting. There's clearly pace. Doohan is down. Both Alpines are out. Ocon has been out-qualified by Behrman for the second time.
He's out-qualified by Gabriel Bortoleto
Hulkenberg is out-qualified.
in the Red Bull.
I'm really sorry, but I just.
Lawson is out, 20th.
Aborted his one shot at the end of SQ1 there, Lawson. I said his first lap wasn't bad. He was 4/10 away from Verstappen. You can never rest on your laurels. The track grips up. Let's see where the second lap falls. Away from it.
Congratulations to Bortoleto for out-qualifying Hulkenberg. Also the rookie Behrman out-qualifying Ocon. We are really seeing something special from these rookies.
To squeeze on the gas, but he's
Antonelli is also up there. Haja is through. So really, really mighty stuff. What happened to Ocon? Oh, he goes wide. Oh,
that was Esteban Ocon.
he goes wide in turn 16. Told you turn 16 track limits is gonna be very, very tight because you carry a lot of pace.
Tenths though, and it wasn't there. So hats off to Behrman up in the top 10, and that'll
Behrman in top 10. SQ1 done. Ferrari looking, or maybe the McLaren might juice it up a little bit, but at the moment it's looking Ferrari versus McLaren.
He will be delighted with that, considering the ability of the veteran German driver over one lap.
If you're joining the stream, please like, leave a comment. Are you enjoying the sprint qualifying so far? Are you a Ferrari fan? Are you a Lewis Hamilton fan? Are you a Max Verstappen fan?
Where are we? P19.
Oh,
What? Oh my god.
Hülkenberg does not believe he's out.
So Hulkenberg incredibly surprised to find himself out.
P19 as well. He's a tenth and a half off his teammate who's gone through. So once again, the field is brutally close, and tiny differences are making a big
The
difference.
field is very, very close. Hülkenberg shocked. His lap is only good for P19.
Points and a huge start to the season for Sauber. But then we did ask him about how good this guy is. Gabriel Bortoletto, Helmut Marko had kind of written him off pre-season, hadn't
B
he?
grade, he said. B grade.
This is the Formula 3 champ, who then became the Formula 2 champ, got the seat, and he's proving he's more than a B-grade driver. Nico said last week that he was seriously quick and he'll keep him on his toes. He's got him on his toes straight away, hasn't he?
So one Sauber makes it through into the next session.
We've lost Tuen, Gasly,
Behrman
Hulkenberg
outqualifies Ocon. That's very, very amazing.
send it to the roof now.
Faster through the corners.
Yeah, incredible, isn't it? The second qualifying
We are about to begin SQ2.
Is everything okay with the car? Because it's very difficult to drive at the moment.
We'll look at it when you're back.
Ocon saying the car is difficult to drive.
coming in, but
Something's wrong with the car.
second time
Well,
second
well.
session of the year. He
Car's going out
finds himself
as we are about to begin SQ2. It's gonna be tighter. 10 minutes.
qualifying. I'm standing on the top of the pit building here, over the pit lane, and a couple of things are really jumping out. This headwind that way
A lot of wind, huh?
is over there, and it's a headwind that's going that way into turn one, and it's affecting drivers a lot.
A lot of wind into turn 1.
That they can carry in. The McLarens are looking incredibly low to the ground as they go into turn one. Nothing is sparking as much as the two McLarens. Piastri and Norris also turning in much later.
The McLarens looked hooked up. Maybe they may have a bit more extra like they did in Australia, but now it's looking close between the Ferraris and the McLarens.
The Ferrari looking slower in the first sector only, where those McLarens have that massive grip into turn one. Have you spotted the 3/10 discrepancy between Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris in the final sector? Really interesting me sitting up here. Just towards the end of the session there, the wind dropped, which is why the circuit came a little bit quicker, but it's picked up again now as we make our way into SQ2.
Let's go.
Thank you, Alex Brundle, our man on the roof.
Alonso did a very, very wonderful lap as drivers line up on those mediums for SQ2. We are on as we see Bortoletto waiting to get out.
The stars of qualifying last year.
Yuki in P11
The Red Bull
would very much not want to be outqualified by Haja. Oh, Ferrari are looking quick. It's exciting. Verstappen visor down.
done by Behrman, who stays in, and Hulkenberg has been done by Bortoletto. So if it was a tough Melbourne for the rookie, it's a tough Shanghai so far.
Red.
Drivers. Antonelli
10 minutes to go.
still, of course, Mercedes looking
Mercedes go out fast again.
Hajar going again
Antonelli
in
and George Russell go out. What the Mercedes are doing, they're getting 2 laps, 2 out laps before they do a push lap. So this will be their first out lap, and then they'll do another out lap, and then now they'll do the push laps. I think it's to get temperatures in the tires. We know this Mercedes works very, very well in cold temperatures, but has a bit of work when it comes to higher temperatures. And of course, this Chinese Grand Prix is a bit, track temperature is like 38, 39 degrees, so it's a bit hot. So they are having to do 2 out laps before they do a push lap to get the tires in that window.
Only 1 hour of prep. I see that we're getting a lot of errors, certainly in the first sector, on the evidence of the running so far.
That was going to be hard for the rookies, wasn't it?
Russell on the out lap, 8 minutes on.
Formula One, and stick behind the wheel and getting
Formula A is out there. Formula B, most of them are on the pits.
so high.
Of course, Formula B is the mid team. The Formula A is Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull, Red Bull of Verstappen, and Mercedes. If you're joining me, please like the stream, leave a comment, consider subscribing. Are you enjoying the sprint qualifying? Who is your driver and who is your team?
Hamilton's pace. Yes, and Hajjaz. But Hamilton's pace there, he topped SQ1 in the end there.
Hamilton's looking really quick.
Really decent final sector. That's a lot of straight line speed and stuff on the brakes.
Decent pace.
But it's the most competitive that we've seen Lewis and Ferrari so far. They look really accomplished. There will be a switch to the soft tyres should they make it through SQ2, which they very much should. Then the goalpost will move slightly with a compound difference. But certainly Lewis in the mix, massive Lurid slide for
All right, let's get the first laps in. Bortoleto ringing that car, ringing the neck of that car. Oh, purple, but that's very, very slow. I think does he abort? Looks like he abort the lap.
got through into Q2 and then almost spanked it into the wall at turn 4.
Bortoleto aborts that lap.
Hurtled it into the first turn here. So really fast
As we see,
right-handed
is this his?
through 270 degrees and we can jump on board.
Let's go to that turn 1 with the wind. He washes out wide. Oh,
And then it's a gear shift later on. So it's a
gets caught.
slowing it, trying to coax your way through. And that is a full handful of opposite lock there for Bortoleto. Keeps it going and he'll have another lap.
Yeah, that lap in the bin, but he gets another go. That's the most important thing, especially when there's a grab.
Verstappen on a flyer, coming to the end of his lap. Oh, Norris looking very, very quick. Purple sector 1, purple sector 2. Let's see what Verstappen can do. Remember, we are down to the 131s, low 131s. Leclerc also on a flyer, but not lighting up the timesheets. Does Verstappen back out of the lap? It looks like he's going slow. Let's see what this time. 31.5. Let's see what Norris will do. 31.1. 4 tenths clear. What happened? Did Leclerc made a mistake? Leclerc made a mistake. He backs out of that lap.
Half a tenth quicker than Hamilton did in SQ1 in the end. Looked like it was going to be far quicker. His first sector's extremely quick there, Norris, but didn't manage to keep it
Oh,
for the rest of the laps.
Leclerc makes a small mistake in the second sector.
Fights that Ferrari for dear life coming through turn 6. Really opposite locking the whole way.
Turn 6. Leclerc makes a mistake and backs off.
Practice earlier on, what to keep as they make their way through.
Watching out for Hamilton's time.
Change can have a massive ramification for the overall
5 minutes to go. Russell. Oh, Hamilton goes third. Not a lot of. He's a bit far back.
George Russell and Mercedes with Kimi Antonelli have done their prep lap. They've done a deliberately slow lap to try and get the tyres where they want them, and now they're attacking the second one.
Okay, Russell.
Huge stop. The
Let's see what Russell can do this lap.
The McLarens, the Red Bulls, maybe the Ferraris as well.
They're not going to with this lap so far for Russell. 31.1 to aim at for Lando Norris, and he's averaged
9/10 away.
9 tenths. And Antonelli is ahead, but also miles adrift.
Antonelli is ahead of George Russell. So Mercedes will be wondering where the pace is. 4 minutes to go. Now it's quickie bump time. Piastri is going to put in his lap as Leclerc goes again.
Turbocharged engine on the longest straight in Formula 1. Piastri
Turn 14, Piastri.
had the form of Lando Norris around this circuit a year ago. Norris was on the podium. Lower reaches the points for Oscar Piastri.
3 minutes to go. Piastri puts on the time. He's a 2/10 away from Lando Norris with a McLaren 1-2 as Leclerc finishes his lap. Where will this put him? Right now we have a McLaren 1-2. Who saw that coming?
This is new medium tyres for
9/10 away.
Leclerc's still 9 tenths away from Norris, so similar pace to both Mercedes. Verstappen is within half a second.
It just not working, guys. Five pack, so there's no grip.
And it seems
So Mercedes fitting in
we are having a similar story. A McLaren 1-2 and a McLaren 1-2 with Verstappen in the mix.
temperature is higher than maybe they would have expected. 36 degrees, the air temp is 24, the seasonal
So the track temperature is 36 degrees.
warmer than maybe they would have expected.
Oh,
Prepared.
Everyone did a few laps
come on.
SQ1, and the best times were still coming at the end. Hamilton topped SQ1, and he's got a second slower at the start of this session. So there's still time for another flyer from everyone. But you can see how Ferrari have fallen away on the start. And that really
Where has the pace of the Ferrari gone?
car's not working, not finding grip. And they're obviously all scratching their heads, doing that prep lap, which is different to anyone else. McLaren have got it sorted, and the rest of the field are all chasing how to work these tyres and get the most out of them.
So we've seen
So currently we have Norris P1, Piastri P2, Verstappen P3, Antonelli P4, Leclerc and Hamilton P5, P6. So similar story to Australia. Russell P7.
with 2 minutes to go. So this is it now.
So those that were in danger have waited.
So the people in danger, we have Behrman, Sonoda, Stroll, Sainz and Albon.
As you say, didn't make a clean lap of it. So now it's one lap wonder. One lap wonder time.
One lap,
These with how close the field is.
wonder time.
Good start for Hadjar.
With a moment through the first turn and immediately failing out.
Haja bails out, so Haja is out.
As well. So that is the risk, as you say, one flying lap, you turn into the first corner, you find a bit of gust of wind, you carry too much speed. Hadjar is going to be down and surely.
Sonoda, oh, the wind picks up. I think Sonoda will not also improve on his lap.
To put in one flying lap under the pressure. That's an interesting call. So this is the RB now.
Oh, okay, it's closer. It's closer. It's not bad.
Through into the next
Oh,
of the session. Yuki Tsunoda really struggled here last year. 19th in Grand Prix qualifying.
very, very close to Norris's time. So a lot of track evolution. You want to be the last across the line.
Days for Hadjar, and everyone makes mistakes from time to time. So I've been impressed by the rookies generally.
Haja is out.
So Alonso went very well.
Oh, Sonoda is very, very close to Norris's time.
We're expecting
Oh.
times to rubber in the track.
Hamilton.
Times to tumble in the final stages.
Hamilton doing a lap.
Couple of sectors out there for everyone really who's out there on track.
Oh, goes purple sector 2. Hamilton going on very nicely.
On Norris's pace in the middle sector.
So this is more like it then from Hamilton. We have seen that he's been able to match Norris. First lap not so much. Now he's got the tyres fired up and it's working. Alonso's first sector once again is really good. His middle sector's decent, so it's looking good for Fernando Alonso.
Good teamwork from the racing ball.
Let's see what Hamilton can do.
Straighted on the long back straight here for Yuki Tsunoda.
What?
Every
Sonoda 6/10 away. As my string.
second
Okay.
helps, every tenth of a second helps around this circuit, and it's the fourth
Let's see what Hamilton can do the final sector. Stroll 5/10 away. Let's see what can Hamilton do. Can he go quickest? 2/10 away.
finds the top three, 2/10 of a second.
2/10 back.
By Lando Norris,
Leclerc 3 tenths back. So some pace to still find.
The rest of the order.
Alonso
Alonso
6
makes it
tenths.
into the top 8. He's ahead of both Mercedes.
Yeah, Mercedes slipping down, need to find a bit of something. Behrman gets into the top 10 as well, but everyone behind is improving.
Super lap from Oliver Behrman, who is really having a better time than in round 2 compared to round 1. Sainz is not going to make it.
All right.
Top 10 shootout.
So we have Norris P1, Piastri P2, Hamilton P3, Albon goes to P5. Leclerc might be in trouble. Both Mercedes in trouble, but they are finding lap time out there.
Mercedes on good laps though. Here they come.
Oh, here comes the Mercedes.
In a bit of trouble.
Leclerc might be in trouble. Alonso's time. Let's see. Antonelli goes fourth.
Antonelli, who finds the fourth fastest time and not
Let's see what Russell can do. So Hamilton is dialed in. Oh, Russell goes second.
fastest. Ahead of the McLaren of Oscar Piastri.
So you want to be the last on the line. So Alonso is out. Behrman is out. Sainz is out. Bortoleto is out. Haja is out. Albon outqualifies Sainz once again.
From Lance Stroll.
A strong lap from Stroll. He goes on to
Williams. He is really
SQ3.
in 2025. This is
Yuki Tsunoda
SQ3.
also doing very, very well in 2025. On to SQ3.
Circuit before, it is pretty specialist coming through this first turn. It goes on
Biggest shock, of course, is Alonso
5 gears before
out. He was looking very, very quick.
3. So you're downshifting, you're braking, you're having a little tickle of the rock.
Sonoda goes through. Albon goes through. Stroll goes through.
I don't know what's going on.
Sainz is out.
It's all over the place.
Hamilton looking quick.
Coming out of its attachment.
Can he find something to take this pole away from the McLaren, who seem far and ahead? We are having the times 1:31:1. Now we'll go to SQ3. We are gonna take the softs. So through that round, Norris in P1, Russell in P2, Piastri in P3, Hamilton in P4, Antonelli P5, Verstappen P6. As the time sheets run away from me, Verstappen P6, Albon P7, Leclerc P8. Leclerc has something to find. Stroll P9, Sonoda P10.
Yes, please.
They are good, but we've never done that. And how we beat it for us.
Hamilton with a mega teammate arguing about the order that they qualify the cars. If you're a long-term Formula 1 fan, you've heard that tune before back in 2007 in Budapest, led to
Ooh, a bit of spice on the radio. Hamilton, Leclerc being told to swap the cars with Hamilton, and Leclerc is saying, "We've never done that before." Yeah, you've never had a 7-time world champion across. I don't know. Can Hamilton do something for Paul? I hope so.
Just so all over the place. Yeah, Aether. I just don't know why that one was so pony and that was decent.
Now the red wall goes on. The red tires, softs. Let's see what the actual pace of these cars are. Can Hamilton adjust? Can there be a fight for pole, or will McLaren run away with it like they did in Australia? I was hoping to see Piastri take something, but it seems Norris has the measure of Piastri at the moment.
Cooled down through the session there, noticeably here on the roof. Another noticeable thing is somebody touched the grass on the way into turn 1. I didn't catch who it was. I was looking down the pit lane at the time, but it cost several drivers just where that 50 board is. There was dust kicking up. You can see drivers actively losing time on the way in. I mirror your thoughts, guys. Brilliant qualifying session from Alexander Albon in the Williams. We're going to lean on
Haja looking very, very sad once more as he aborted his lap.
and obviously Sainz out of the session. Albon in through into SQ3.
What happened to Albon?
Turn 1. Stays
Goes a bit wide in turn one, but he stays in. He stays with it.
little bit of understeer on the apex. Such is the nature of this medium compound tyre. But mirror your thoughts, JP, on this C3 in relation.
But Albon is through to SQ3, so really, really good effort by Albon. Now we go to the sprint pole. Who do you think will be your sprint pole? Definitely it's between Lando and Piastri. It's not looking good for everyone else. Verstappen is nowhere. The Mercedes are all over the place. One lap is good, one lap is bad. They don't know what's happening with that car. So this is for the McLarens to lose.
Tidy, isn't it, for Albon, who appears to have balance at this stage that Sainz doesn't have. I think we're on the knife edge here between, being able to switch on this medium compound tyre and not being
Will Hamilton outqualify Leclerc for the first time ever in his second race?
hearing comments like we're hearing from Russell. One lap, I prefer Village. Pony or Village if
That would be exciting.
lap. You're right.
He's looking good. He's looking good. I hope when he takes that soft tire, he'll still be good. Because, of course, it's a bit of a transition from the medium to the soft. I really hope he can hang on.
Relatively strong throughout the weekend so far.
Please like the live stream as you join the live stream. Do you like Formula One? As we see the red wall, soft tires goes on.
Alex Brundle. We go out around the world, just to explain to you, Pony Village, let's classify
Green. Green flag at the end of the pit lane. Cars come out. The McLarens immediately out. They are not hiding anything. They want to put this in. They want to put this to bed. So the McLaren goes out fast. Look at the gloss on that red tire. 7 minutes on the board. Piastri will be hoping to find something.
British chap, George Russell. Here's the Brit who's the driver to beat, though, leading the World Championship. First time he's
Outlaps for the McLarens.
22. That's been the run of Verstappen dominance in Formula 1 in that time. Early stages, obviously, only round 2, first sprint race of the year. But what order will we have the cars in? Obviously, the pressure at this stage is to deliver on the lap because we've seen
Pressure. This will be a one lap shootout. If you can get 2 laps, that will be good. Hamilton still in the pits.
quickly. Lewis Hamilton waiting for his opportunity in the Ferrari. So far in this session, he's looked like
You have to do 2 laps because that transition from the medium to the soft is a big transition. So you have to, work out the kinks before you go out. Don't leave it to a one lap shootout.
Work out how he can get onto toes with his teammate. So far, he's been ahead of Charles Leclerc, but it's such fine margins, and it's difficult to put the lap together cleanly. 16 turns, they're now onto the soft tyre. The characteristics are slightly different, even if the performance is
Here goes the Mercedes doing the 2 out laps, then a push laps. As we see Kimi Antonelli, really impressive from him to make it to SQ3, sorry. Let's see what the pace is in that Mercedes. We have only the Mercedes and the McLarens have opted to go out at this stage. Fast push laps. Here we go.
be a bit of attendance, but ever since Formula 1 has returned,
Piastri.
the main grandstand here is full. Look at that down on the first turn. The popularity of Formula 1 around the world never greater. Oscar Piastri trying to spoil the Lando Norris party at the very least
Piastri and Norris.
for the opening sprint race of the year.
5 minutes to go. The others have left it to a one lap shootout. Let's see what Norris can do. Purple by Norris. Clearly he has the measure of his teammates. And
quick, isn't it? Coming through 7, just playing with the steering ever so slightly there, Piastri.
Any major correction on the wheel at that point means that you are fighting the car and you're losing time, but that McLaren looks mighty.
oh,
The rotation
very, very quick sector 2.
turns through the chicane we go, and the blank turn 13, it carries it on.
Whoa.
Mercedes are going for it first lap, and Russell is only hundredths away from the McLarens as well in that first sector. He's
Let's see what the pace is.
Straight in Formula One.
It's exchanging blows between Piastri and Norris. Antonelli will put on the lap first. What does he have?
What he's done a couple of times before. Take sprint pole. Piastri
Sorry, Piastri will put it first, then Norris, then Antonelli.
The slipstream there for Norris. He's a fair way back still.
is a good lap for Oscar Piastri.
Good lap by Piastri. 1:39.
39.29.
That's a lap.
With the right of reply.
Can Lando reply? Oh, he cannot reply.
4 tenths back.
And Russell's looking really quick as well. He's still right there with both McLarens.
What will Russell do? Antonelli 8 tenths away. Russell 2 tenths away.
Second place. It's Piastri.
Russell looking very, very quick. 2 tenths.
Lando Norris down to third.
Lando Norris is down to third. That lap by Piastri was mighty.
Ahead of Norris. They look really good straight out of the blocks in practice. And they've made it stick this time on a first lap on softs. When I say they, I mean Russell, because this
Oh, Kimi making a few mistakes on that first turn.
all away, you get slightly wide, and then, like Leclerc was earlier on, you're just fighting the car all the way through. And this is a hideous corner. Once you start snapping with oversteer, it just gets worse and worse. You have to keep turning right.
What happened?
Lando made a mistake. Oh,
And there's the oversteer moment.
oversteer by Lando.
Onto the long back straight. So much time lost if you have that sort of moment at turn 13.
Yeah, that's a painful one there for Norris. He'd already lost a 10th.
The Ferraris, what can Hamilton do? He's on an outlap. They'll be doing one. This is a one lap shootout, so you have to hook it up
All the way down the straight. So there's more to come.
immediately.
They get another lap.
Does the performance of the Mercedes give encouragement to Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc with the Ferrari? Can Max Verstappen conjure up some magic at the end?
Hamilton's done on the medium tyre. So the track's getting better. The soft tyres should
Hamilton opens up his DRS.
DRS open. Soft tyres, one
Soft tires, one lap shootout.
He's a 5-time winner of the Chinese Grand Prix.
Let's see what Hamilton can do.
Turn of the racetrack. This is his second weekend with Formula One's most famous team. And after a really tough start in Melbourne, where he was
Leclerc also starts a flyer.
didn't have the performance.
Do they have do they have the pace? Oh, the fastest first sector
Oscar Piastri through
up on Piastri.
first sector has so far been a McLaren stronghold. So Hamilton immediately into the mix. You can see picture in picture.
Hamilton into the mix.
They're all right on it through the first 5 corners.
Fred Vasseur said Ferrari did not show what they had in Melbourne.
Let's see what. Oh, someone goes quicker.
Impress the media and the
Piastri goes quicker, though Norris also goes quicker.
goes again. He's got the fastest first sector. The Mercedes
Oh, Hamilton, the car really coming alive for him.
Norris's first sector is huge, actually. It's more than 2 tenths quicker than anyone else.
Lewis Hamilton, the rear moving around on the exit of turn 13.
Looking very, very good. Let's see what he can do for on the third sector.
Straight with the DRS open.
DRS open. Can Hamilton take pole?
Of a second.
Will Hamilton take pole for this sprint qualifying? He looks on.
This one, the middle sector is the best of anyone out there. 1 minute to go.
Hamilton pushing. He's pushing. Let's see what this lap will can be. Lewis Hamilton goes on pole. Lewis Hamilton goes on provisional pole, but Norris is going quicker behind. Will Leclerc make? Leclerc goes third. Leclerc third. Only Norris can challenge Hamilton's time. Oh, Piastri does not improve his time. Norris aborts his lap, and Hamilton is on pole. Max Verstappen, can Max Verstappen do something? It's not done. Let's see whether Verstappen can do something. But Hamilton is on provisional pole. Who would have said?
Who has gone later than anyone else. And look,
Verstappen goes. Verstappen is in the mix. He's the only one who can challenge Hamilton's time.
so Verstappen or Hamilton for sprint pole.
Verstappen versus Hamilton. I'm back in 2021. Oh, please. Hamilton, come on. Take this. Come on. Come on.
The car in papaya. Can Verstappen take
Can Verstappen take pole? I really hope not.
But it's so competitive.
I really hope not.
Formula One is not
Oh no, will he take it?
champion. Does he take it away from
No, yes! 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 Nothing separates. Hamilton takes his first sprint pole with Ferrari. Welcome to Ferrari, Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton takes pole. Albon goes 8th. Oh, that was so close by Verstappen. 0.018. Absolutely nothing separating them. Oh, nothing separating the top 3. 0.08. Nothing. No one could predict this. Norris aborted his lap. He was going faster. In sector 1, he was quickest. Sector 2, he was there. But he aborted his lap in sector 3. Hamilton is shocked. He takes pole. He was like, really? Yes, 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 you did. Yes.
difference 5 days makes.
Yes.
They're all laughter on the radio.
Come on.
Celebrating a first P1 with Ferrari
Hamilton celebrating his first pole.
for the opening.
First sprint pole.
What a job from Hamilton as well.
What a job.
With the car.
That was good.
Lap, he's looked
That was amazing.
been great around this circuit in the past.
That was bloody lovely.
Ferrari, it's taken him 2 weekends to win
Yes.
and 3
Oh, who could have said that?
second. What a turnaround.
Who could have said that?
Style last week, it didn't
Out qualifying Leclerc for the first time.
basics. And now
Russell hugs his former teammate.
Lewis Hamilton,
Oh,
same number. He knows this feeling before. The man with the most poles in Formula One history. Scored
that was hooked up.
sprint pole. Hamilton is the one they're all chasing when the lights go out tomorrow.
Who could have said that? I could not have predicted Ferrari. It was on for the McLarens, but they are not even on the front row. Number 1 is Hamilton. We are back in 2021. Hamilton versus Verstappen. Can you believe it?
apart from his dash for the pit lane. But he starts only 6th. Championship leader starts 6th. There's no McLaren on the front row.
Norris will start 6th.
That Red Bull's not
He would be very happy. It's the sprint. It's not the race. It's not the actual qualifying. That was Hamilton was looking very, very quick. He was looking on all weekend, and of course he showed it.
Not with the pace overall. He's only 200th of a and the support that Lewis Hamilton has.
Amazing stuff.
They have seen his
Amazing stuff by Hamilton.
Ferrari, his first pole of any description with Ferrari, and things move. I tell you what, for a man who loves Ferris Bueller, things move pretty fast in Formula One. He has found
Looking very, very good.
5 days. He has gone from
Hamilton versus Verstappen tomorrow. That's the front row. That's gonna be flashbacks.
and honestly, just take nothing for granted. The form book, it's a myth.
brilliant, isn't it? Formula 1 in 20.
Verstappen really taking everything, leaving it to the last second. I told you want to be the last on the line.
Alex
He took every track evolution he could.
fastest, but this time
Let's hear from Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis, congratulations on sprint pole. A brilliant marker in the sand in the early season for you at Ferrari. Take us through the lap. How does it feel to claim pole?
I mean, firstly, I want to say a big thank you to this amazing crowd we have here today. I didn't expect that result, but so happy and so proud. I think obviously the last race was a disaster for us, and clearly we knew that there was more performance in the car, but we just weren't able to extract it. So to come here to a track that I love, Shanghai, beautiful place, and the weather's been amazing, and the car really came alive from lap 1. So we made some great changes. The team did a fantastic job through the break to get the car ready, and yeah, I'm a bit in shock. I can't believe it's actually, we got a pole in a sprint. It's obviously it's not the main race, so we've got work to do for tomorrow, but this puts us in good stead for the race.
It's been looking like McLaren's weekend in the running that we've had so far. There's 1800s in it, and a 10th covers the top 3. Where do you think on the lap made the difference for you?
I have no idea. I have to go back and have a look, but my first sector was really, really strong. I think that's where I made most of my improvement on that lap. And then, but just little increments through the whole place. I think there's still time to find for sure, which I'll try and make sure that I apply to the next qualifying session we go out in. But it's amazing to see the number 1 as you stop and be in the red car. It's pretty incredible.
Do you think you're going to be able to hang on to it? You've had so little time to work out the race pace here. What are you expecting? What are you expecting for the sprint race?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've not really I didn't get to do a race run in Bahrain. Obviously, we did the race last weekend in the wet, but tomorrow will be kind of my first real long-ish run or race run, and Sunday will be my first proper race run in the dry with this car. So I'll be learning. I'm hoping that we can hold on to it, but I think the McLarens is very, very, very fast as Max. So, but we're in a good position. We'll stay positive and we'll keep our heads high and keep pushing forward.
Good job, San Diego.
Awesome lap. Well done, Lewis. Sprint pole.
Thank you. Cheers.
Mega job.
There you have it.
My thanks to Alex Brundle,
And that's
who was doing the interview.
everything
Hamilton
that
watching
you
on. His boy has just
need to hear. And that will be it from me. I'll be enjoying this sprint pole by Lewis Hamilton, the first of many, hopefully. See you in the next one.